Striving to be a perfect mom or dad may seem harmless, but it can be one of the biggest mistakes you make.
Here is worry expert Denise Merrick. She joins us this morning on Parenting Playbook with more. Denise, always good to see you. Good morning.
Good morning to you both.
All right. Striving for perfection. Is this something parents do? Is this something they should do?
It's funny, I saw a tea towel on the weekend when I was out shopping and it said, "Excuse our mess, our standards get lower every time we have another child." So not all parents strive for perfection, obviously, but many of them do. And often it can be linked back to our own parents. And so if we had perfectionistic parents, we may struggle with perfectionism. And also, it's not just if our parents demanded perfection on us. This is a really important part. So let's say you're a child and on one hand, your parent is saying to you, "You're great and perfect just the way you are." And on the other hand, you're seeing your parent criticize themselves or criticize other people. You're putting those two things together and you're going, I'm not so sure I'm safe to make mistakes.
Okay. We mentioned this could be the worst mistake you make. Explain why.
Well, what research is showing is that parenting perfectionism can cause you to erode that bond between parent and child. Because here's what's happening. When parents put pressure on themselves to be perfect, it leads to burnout. And burnout can create that overwhelming feeling of dissatisfaction in your parental role and just exhaustion. And so to try to restore your energy, you sort of emotionally distance yourself from your child. So it can kind of backfire in your quest to be a perfect parent. You create an imperfect bond between you and your child.
All right, interesting. So when you do make a mistake, and you will make a mistake, we all make mistakes. When you make a mistake as a parent, what should you do? What do you recommend you do about that?
Number one, don't beat yourself up. I mean, how would that look like? We talk about beating ourselves up, but it's like, here, stepping into the ring is our imperfect mom, weighing exactly none of your business. And on the other corner, weighing exactly the same thing as her opponent. It's herself. And so, like, we're getting into this boxing match with ourselves. So first of all, go easy on yourself. We're all imperfect, and good parents make mistakes. And the other thing I would recommend is don't try to cover it up. Don't try to hide it from your kids because you're not getting away with anything. Your kids know exactly what's going on. They know you're not perfect. And if they see you trying to cover up your mistakes, then again, they're going to start thinking, oh, so it's not okay to make mistakes. So they're seeing you do it. So let those imperfections shine.
And how does doing that and being open and honest about where we've failed, where we've stumbled, what will that also, as they get older, how will that prepare themselves for what is ahead?
Absolutely. What you're doing when you're modeling to your kids, you know what? I'm not perfect, and that's okay. What you're doing is you're building resilient children. So you're helping them to have better psychological outcomes down the line because they're going to be able to take risks, bounce back when they make mistakes because they're not going to be so afraid of it. So it can really transform their little lives.
Well, it's a great life lesson, right? Because, I mean, as the old story goes, you learn more from your mistakes than you do your victories. So.
And it also gives the family and the child-parent dynamic the opportunity to, as a parent, and I've done this, Chris and I both have done this, apologize and have them say it's okay to us. It's interesting when it changes and you're the parent apologizing because you were out of line. You went too far with something, and them having the ability to say, it's okay, I forgive you. It's an interesting thing to observe when you're getting forgiveness from your child.
Yeah, then what you can end up doing is that it's sort of like a gift you pass down through the generations because now you're breaking that cycle in the family. Because again, we think if it comes from our parents, it comes from their parents, their parents, their parents. So it's not about judging your mother or father going, oh, this is me because of you. Everybody's had parents, so where does it end? But it's breaking that generational cycle.
All right, some great advice from Denise Merrick joining us this morning here on Parenting Playbook. Denise, thank you so much for this.
Thank you.